Here we are, just who we are. Chances are we'll be the stars. That's what Earth, Wind, and Fire says anyway. What do you think the destiny of the human being will be? Will we be the stars or just a bunch of people fighting and killing and destroying each other until we have wiped each other out completely? That's a question for all of us, especially as we look at the colonizers, the European countries, the great European civilization that people bragged about as they talked about spreading it all over the world. And when we look more closely, all that we see is violence, theft, hatred of the other, and the projection of one's own failures onto other people. We never had to look at that before. We believed the story. We believed the dream. We believed the liberty and justice for all story. And we thought, hey, these people aren't perfect. But we're always truly working toward perfection. We're working toward liberty and justice for all. And sometimes we may slip and fall. But as long as we hold that vision before us, we're doing what is good. It's a good nation, good civilization. But certain things that have happened during our time period have shown us that that is all an illusion. The very core of democracy had been cast out. The Democrats work in order to make sure that the people they don't like, those who are too engaged in the desire for everyone to have a decent life, they make sure that they can't even run for the presidency, let alone win. They cancel primaries, so there won't be any debating, and so that the person in office automatically runs as president. They create things called super delegates, where people in the money and with power can vote and overrule the other delegates' votes. They do all kinds of treacherous things, while the Republicans just stay in line. They know better than to step forward and to go against the party line. And they are paid handsomely for turning their back on the American people, for doing whatever they want to or need to do in order to get money to feather their own caps and to help the billionaires and the millionaires and the corporations take over the nation and do what they will. Not only to take over the nation, no, but to run it down into a hole, the same way that the vulture capitalists do when they take over a corporation. What do? They take the parts that are functioning and sell them off after they've destroyed the way the place works. And then they raid the pension plans, declare bankruptcy, take all of the money, and leave the institution in a shambles. And that is exactly what's happening now. And no one seems able to do anything about it or willing. We have a false religion in place now, a sort of Nazi type of Christianity based on white supremacists. Humanism is dead. It's gone. We have people who are born of the Holocaust, who have learned from Hitler how to treat others, how to despise others, how to torture others. And their father, spiritual father, Hitler, has taught them well as they seek to do worse than even Hitler and the Nazis have done. We have people who are so hateful, people from various races and ethnicities that they're willing to set the house on fire as long as those people who they hate get hurt. They're willing to kill and destroy themselves. We've come to a dark, dark time in the United States as we struggle and as we work together to try to create a world of justice and equity and compassion. It's not working here in the United States. Other nations are doing it. The BRICS nations are doing it, trying to create a world based on not corporate globalism, but actual cultural globalism, trying to create a society that is pluralistic, where different people in different countries and different regions can live as they would like with their own cultures and can work out the problems in their country without having someone like the United States coming in and bribing officials and undermining the democratically elected governments. These are the two forces at work nowadays. I don't know how it will end up. I don't know if it will end up in war. I don't know if it will end up with the Western white supremacist colonizers and their allies being destroyed. But I do know that we cannot go back, and we will not go back. We will see liberty and justice in this place, in this world, or the world will be destroyed. It has been too long that we and all of our ancestors and people before them have lived under the boot heel of the hateful white supremacist crowd who has stomped on all innovation, destroyed our hopes and dreams, and most of all, denied the majority of people access to life, liberty, and even the pursuit of happiness. This has to stop, and it will stop no matter what the cost. So if the nuclear warheads start flying, let them fly. It's better not to live than it is to live under the rules of people who constantly strive for suffering, go up and starve little children, gather up hostages into Israeli prisons and torture and kill them, fund groups of gangs in Somalia and Haiti and other countries to kill and murder innocent people. This must end, even if the human experiment must end. And I think that the world is calling for it to end, for it to shift, for we, the people of the United States, and even we, the people of the world, to be free. There are many ways to do this. Getting together in groups where we can talk about our differences and learn the truth. Studying on things like BizNet College, where they have courses for finances, self-improvement, healthcare and self-care and all of those things. Getting on platforms like that for only $10 a month. And many other ways to help strengthen ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, in order to grow, in order to take care of our friends and families, in order to build real communities, not just people living next door to each other who don't know each other, no, but groups of people who care for each other, who enjoy each other's personalities, who love each other, who can enjoy the power of the dance of life. We've been thwarted too long. Now is the time. Now is the time to enter into the power of the dance. To learn more about us and support our going forward to make this world a better place, check out some of the links below. Namaste, everyone.